everyone, it's Christina, Nomadic Stina. Yes, I am still at home. I did a thing over Christmas, or should I say, I bought a thing, a very expensive thing. This is not a classic unboxing video because honestly, I never even think to do that. I opened the box and got the components out, and I'm going to show you what I bought. Yeah, that's a huge box. It also happens to be upside down because I had to get it open and get the components out. Yes, I bought a Springbar 10x10 Classic Jack tent. This is the Made in China line because honestly, it's half the price of the Made in America line. Would have loved to have supported the American factory, but I don't have $1,300. I mean, I can barely afford the $650. Plus, this one came with a ground sheet, and the American line, you still have to buy a ground sheet separately if you choose to buy one or supply your own tarp. You should have seen me and my daughter carrying this thing from the front door where it was left the other day. 70 pounds. Plus, the box itself weighs at least 5 pounds or more. We could barely team carry this thing, and she is 22 years old. Of course, I'm 57, and we were like a couple of weaklings. We had to drag it part of the way, carry it. We got it from the front door to the she shed where it sat. My father, unfortunately, was in the hospital, so it was low priority for me to open the box and get it set up because my dad ended up in the hospital over New Year's. I'm not going to give you the gory details. Suffice it to say he's home and doing a lot better, although he gave us a huge freaking scare, honestly. We're talking paramedics. We've had a couple of paramedic calls this year. This one, they couldn't even take him to the preferred hospital. It's too far away. They had to take him to the nearest hospital. Luckily, Palomar in Escondido is a fantastic facility, and they were able to take him there instead of the other North County hospital that shall not be named. Tracy! Cough, cough, Tri-City, cough, cough, that we don't like. Like I said, he's home doing better. I decided it was time to unbox my tent. And like I said, I had it half out of the box before I remembered, oh yeah, maybe I should film this. Hesitant to get a 70-pound tent, but a friend of mine, a female friend who's older than me, has one. She's over 60. She has a Kodiak, but it's almost identical. And she said because you separate out the poles and the stakes, and then you separate out the canvas, and the pieces become manageable. And in fact, that's true. So there is the bag that has the poles. There is the bag that has the canvas. Okay, in part 2 of this video, I'll have to show you how to set it up. I haven't decided when. The ideal place to set this up at my parents' house is a dirt patch area where unfortunately my dad's truck is, and unfortunately this very old Nissan truck is completely dead. We couldn't get it jumped and haven't had a chance because of his illness to go get a new battery to see if that would do it. We know the battery's dead. We think there might be a parasitic drain, so putting a new battery in is probably not a good idea. It's probably time to call the mobile mechanic. Actually, in my humble opinion, it is time to retire this truck. I'll show you what I mean. This is the original Nissan truck model. It doesn't have a formal model name. It's literally called Truck. You see all the rust? The inside's even scarier. Glove box is open, can't shut. The latch is broken. Got to duct tape it when you drive. Original bench seat in really bad shape. Rust and surface corrosion on the hood. Rust on top. My dad hardly ever drives a truck except for around town, and that very little. And again, the battery is fairly new. He didn't drive it much, and it's dead again. So why is he hanging on to this ancient truck? Well, actually, there's a story behind it. It's either a 94 or 97, whatever of the first year, one of the first years of those Nissan trucks. And it belonged to his friend Jerry. Grandpa Jerry, Uncle Jerry, whatever we used to call him, was my dad's best friend for many years. They worked together, civil service on Camp Pendleton. Jerry was in a horrific accident, hit by a drunk driver, and he almost died. He died twice on the way to the hospital. He came out of it half blind and like one eye, walked with a cane the rest of his life. Happiest, friendliest, most loving person in the world. And he worked, for a number of years, lived on, and then he got pancreatic cancer. Yeah, this poor man went through hell twice in his life, and he eventually passed away of pancreatic cancer, and his widow gave the truck to my dad years and years ago. So of course my dad doesn't want to get rid of it. So I shouldn't make fun of it. I mean, it's my dad's truck. That area where the truck is where I would love to set up my tent, but instead I may just have to do it on the grass. This is like our last remaining patch of actual grass. Back in the pre-drought era, my dad had grass, several patches of grass aside from this one. Now it all has artificial turf or xeriscaping. And they just wanted to keep one final small patch of grass. Right now it's been a beautiful rainy year last year, and the gophers haven't come around for a few months, so it's looking good. And we're not wasting a lot of water. And when water restrictions come along, it'll dry out and not look nearly as nice. But for now, I kind of hate to set this tent up. But I also have to set it up before I go to Quartzsite. I have to set it up at least once to make sure that I can. We'll also be taking this tent to places like the Thousand Trails Parks that insist on tents. This thing is 10 by 10, 100 square feet of living space, over 6 feet tall. It's going to be phenomenal once I learn to set it up and break it down. I watched my friend Cece put her Kodiak up and down. Well, I watched her bring her Kodiak down. I never saw her put it up because it was already up when I got to City of Rocks. But she took it down very easily. So hopefully I can handle it just as well. The fact that the stakes can be separated out. I'm not going to use their stakes. I bought my own. I bought some drillable stakes, and I have a drill tool that I will be able to use. But the stakes I can put in one place, and then I can put the poles somewhere, and then I can have the tent piece. I can store this a lot easier in my car than the massive monster Gazelle. And individually, the components don't weigh any more than the big Gazelle bag. Together, 70 pounds. Wow. I'm hoping to do some extensive traveling in Nevada with the Nevada State Park Pass, and I will be putting this tent to use because I intend to stay for a week or more at most of the parks that I visit. And it's going to be great having daytime space and space for when the weather is less than perfect instead of just being in my car. I carry a cot so that I'll be up off the ground, and I've got a Xped Mega Mat that I bought, and I'm hoping to have a very comfortable bed, easy to get in and out of, that won't exacerbate my costochondritis that I got. It's almost better, but it's not 100%. I still have some rib pain, and I have to be real careful coughing that I don't, re-injure anything. So I'm hoping that I can have a much more comfortable camping experience. Honestly, if it doesn't work out, I can always sell it. These things have a high resale value because they are very durable canvas tents that are in pretty high demand. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to love it. One of the main drawbacks of these tents, aside from the weight, is the fact that, boy, if I do use it in rainy weather and I have to pack up the same day, it's going to be hell packing up wet canvas because it's going to be twice as heavy. So I'm going to try not to really use it in the rain, although you never know. Storms can come up unexpectedly. But like I said, I'm hoping I'm going to love it. I feel like I'm going to love it, and I'm going to get it set up soon, and I will give you a tour when I do get it set up. I filmed that a few days ago. Here I am in front of my car. It's all packed up. I never got the tent set up. Cece said she'd just show me how to do it in Quartzsite. So I'll see you there, and I will try to film it once it's set up. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. If not, that's okay too. I'll see you in my next video.